Hello and welcome. This is rooflemonger, my friends. Today's video is going to be another stats heavy video. So we had a video a few days back on the channel where we just covered the overall character usage in ranked in Street Fighter 6, just seeing who is the most and least played characters in the game. And a few people in the comments asked me, well, hey, how about going deeper into the numbers, like say, looking at the stats and character usages in, say, Master Rank? And you know what? That's exactly what we're going to do in this video. And the numbers tell a pretty interesting story, especially compared to the general character usage numbers, as some characters that are less popular in general use are higher and more represented in the Master Ranks. And let's just break one example out of the gate right here. Ken. Ken is wildly the most played character in Street Fighter 6. Yet, he is not the most represented character in Master Rank in Street Fighter 6. That would be JP. So first, here's a little bit of a pie chart of character usage for the more visual learner folks out there. So you can see JP is the biggest slice of the pie. Going by the old character popularity chart, JP was not the least played character by any stretch, but he was not, anywhere near the top, right? Certainly in the bottom half of the overall played characters. Yet, when it comes to representation and the highest rank you can get in Street Fighter 6, JP is number one. Now, admittedly, Ken is just barely behind him. Ken only has one less player at Master Rank than JP, but still, in the end, JP is overall the most represented character at Master Rank. And stats like this can definitely tell a tale, right? If a character is not as popular in overall general play, yet at the highest possible ranks, he is the single most represented character, that gives you a good idea of maybe not even necessarily like tier placement, but how easy it is for him to succeed. And it looks like for our boy JP, if you want to hit the big ranks, if you want to get those easier wins, it looks like it's very easy for him to succeed. So there's a lot of interesting stories to be told here, so let's just show you the overall chart. For reference, these numbers are compiled by all regions and all platforms, PC, PlayStation, Xbox. So it's just a mishmash of every possible representation of a character in Master Rank. So once again, compared to the older video, JP not as popular of a character, but the single most represented character in Master Rank. Ken is the most popular character overall in Street Fighter 6, and he is just literally a single person below JP. So Ken also doing very well for himself, but also has the most overall representation. Cammy also very high in representation, also very well represented. Now, Dee Jay not as heavily represented as some of the other characters going by the original character popularity list here, yet very high in the master representation list. Point of fact, a lot of the characters below Dee Jay in the master list here, Luke, Juri, Marisa, Manon, they are all much more popular characters than Dee Jay is, yet Dee Jay has more representation in Master Rank than they do. So what does this mean? Well, if it hasn't made itself abundantly clear to you yet in the last, few weeks, almost a month now for Street Fighter 6's launch, Dee Jay is one of the best characters in the game. Despite the fact that he has much less representation overall than the characters below him directly, the fact that he is much more apparent in the master list says a lot. It is easier to win with Dee Jay and get into the master ranks than it is than the people have much more popular characters. That's not a bad thing, don't get me wrong, right? There always has to be stronger characters, and Dee Jay just happens to be one of the stronger characters. Once again, this isn't a tier list, right? But it does paint a very interesting picture. Luke and Juri, both, I would think most people would say very powerful characters, right? Also well represented here. And for some other fun stories here, so Marisa and Manon, they're both solid enough characters. Good representation. Honda and Ryu. So Ryu is the second most played character overall in ranked in Street Fighter 6, and yet, as you can see, he's a little bit further down this list. Honda is one of the lesser played characters, not exactly at the bottom, but one of the lesser played characters in Street Fighter 6, and he's not at the top of the list, right? Not like Dee Jay or nothing, but he definitely has some solid representation given the overall lack of player base, meaning it's also a little bit easier perhaps to reach Master Rank with Honda than some other characters. Another potentially sad story to see here, Jamie is closer to the bottom of our list. He is not one of the most popular characters, but he's definitely up there from the original just character representation charts we had. So it would appear that Jamie's harder to get to master rank with than some of the other characters. And getting near the bottom, some other fun stories to tell. Dhalsim. So Dhalsim, admittedly very low on the list here, but what Dhalsim was wildly the single least played character in the game. Just going by our original stats from the original video, right? Wildly the single least played character in the game. And yet he's not the least appearing character in master rank. In fact, just going by the numbers, percentage-wise, Dhalsim's actually doing amazingly well for himself. A higher percentage of Dhalsims make master rank than basically any other character. So you can take that as the average Dhalsim player is overall probably the most skilled player in Street Fighter 6. And you know what? I agree with that. If you're with Dhalsim, you're not here to screw around and mash. You're here to play the game, right? So Dhalsim overall basically has the highest overall percentage to make master rank of any character. Even if he's overall lower in the numbers, it's only because there's literally less Dhalsim players than any other character in this game. Now on the flip, the real sad story here is Zangief. So Zangief overall is the least represented character in the master rank. Just overall, worldwide, right? In Street Fighter 6. And going by our original stats video of character popularity, Zangief is a popular character. He's not exactly the top of the list or nothing. Specifically, he was the 7th most popular character overall of the 18 characters. But 7th most popular character overall is, you know, in the top half, right? But he's absolutely just simply put the single least represented character in master rank. Once again, this is not a tier list, but I think you can infer perhaps some balance issues out of that. If a popular character is the absolute least represented character overall in the highest rank. Because, you know, percentage-wise, Dhalsim's doing really good for himself. And hell, just straight up, Dee Jay, even though he is lesser played, is number 4 overall in terms of characters represented in master rank. So while those two characters are, I would say, success stories, it definitely is a black mark against Zangief that he's so overall popular and yet is at the absolute bottom of the barrel. But still, lots of stories to be told, but they're just numbers in the end. So make of these what you will. We're almost at the beginning of the end of month 1 for Street Fighter 6. And of course, not only will there be many more months, there'll be many more years. We're probably going to get 5 to 7 years out of this game. So the numbers will certainly fluctuate and change over time, especially with patches and additions and all that. But still, that's the numbers for now, and I hope you found them interesting. So post what you think in the comments below, and otherwise, well, I guess we're at the end of the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Street Fighter.